Welcome to the King Crab Inn. How about a pint and a pal?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself
Madora.
with such things?
Yeah, let's talk to the
So you're just hanging around the inn,
out of
are
place
you?
woman.
Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old bat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to a...
You old bat.
Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke, potato-eating peasant.
So, Madora.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll...
Okay.
Well, what's this? Oh, Madora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Mortruce my regards.
He's also
next
Sourc
time we
Hunter.
see him.
And a level above us. Huh. Where exactly did you say you were? I don't recognize you from the academy. It's always nice to see someone else from there.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Madora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
That sounds like the first companion. Huh. And heard of another Sourc Hunter being assigned to Cyseal. What exactly are you doing here?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a Sourc Hunter again.
Sounds a bit like a revenge mission.
I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Cyseal. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
I'm sorry to hear that orcs attacked your village, but how did you even manage to escape, thankfully?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Cyseal hinterlands.
So, what is your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now, but perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Cyseal for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
Oh, that sounds quite interesting. What evidence of Source and Cyseal have you found thus far?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thalron for another. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
She's speaking about Ahu. What? So tell me more about this feline menace.
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
So all cats are evil? Yeah, whatever. About Major Cecil. Anything about him?
Now don't get me wrong. I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law.
Maybe the Starstone business.
I suspect an illegal sauce, artifact, or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Cyseal, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
So anything about the healer? I just visited him.
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker than splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead?
Interesting.
Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
So that's your proposition. You help us here in Cyseal, and we help you take back your home village thereafter.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now.
I have to
The
remember
orcs
that.
up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of Sourc Hunters.
2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. Yeah, just as I said in the beginning, I will take the 2 companions I didn't take when I played it with my friend. So, yeah, the first time I took Madora. So I will take her along, but once we get more companions, unfortunately she will have to stay behind. Lol, I love the lines in this game. They're hilarious. It's just way more humor in the game. I think those lines are voiced again, so let's try it.
A fantastic plan. With 3 Source Hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land.
Another Source Hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Madora.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
You definitely have the motivation.
Ancient and arcane secrets.
And yeah,
The likes of
Madora,
which I doubt
if
you
you're
could
interested,
even
would
fathom,
be
my
classical, I think just knight. Yeah, all the way into man-at-arms stuff. And it's also a nice character. That's why we took her along in the first game. Let's talk to the feline menace being here. The unsinkable Sam.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Match once
Ah,
or twice.
who are you?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank when I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since.
Anything you want to tell me about the ship you were on?
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That means you were the only survivor?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I
Oh,
do
boy.
long for a companion of my own kind. And in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
About Maxine, you seem to be quite fond of her.
Secrets.
Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, So fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat.
Yeah, Friends of the Night, find someone who would describe you with as much admiration as Unsinkable Sam.
She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I've serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
Okay, next very important quest is to get them together. I have some other questions for you though.
By all means.
So, are we seriously being here talking to a cat about its takes on the undead? Sure we are. What's your take on the undead?
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
Also want more than one? Anything more about the orcs you, I don't know, overheard or something?
Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
That purring sound. Mind-control vibrations, I'm sure. Don't be seduced, comrades.
Tell me,
What has she against cats?
have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled Wizard of Hunter's Age?
Let's see some more portraits.
They
Huh.
say
Most interestingly, it was kind of bugged, that one.
friend.
Who are you?
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Cyseal.
How did we get the title? Yeah, I will first assemble our team, I think, before I go buying stuff. Especially because we could just like afford one good ring or something.
Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? You're exactly the person I've been searching for.
I love that you can just talk about the Fabulous Five, like you figured it out. We're not gonna do the whole sales talk again. Just one question. You've been searching for someone?
That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component? Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Sourc Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore.
That's definitely a different approach than the guy in front.
Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch by inch.
Inch by inch. Aha. The thirst is real. Oh yeah. Let me think about it. No. Are you also a Fabulous 5 guy?
Sorry, I've run out of
Honeypot.
signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair Keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my time.
Interesting. Nah, we're not gonna go for more dialogue with the Fabulous 5. It's quite the cheery music.
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me.
Oh.
How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Wow. He seems to be the least motivated one of the Fabulous 5. Alright. Let's see what's inside here. Whole history of the 7 gods. Huh. Sounds like something from the second game.
We'll have none of that, you hear?
What? You're offended that I tried to read your open book? Well, excuse me.
Greetings, traveller. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation?
Oh. I don't know if I want to hear the answer, but... what revelation do you mean exactly?
You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost.
With everyone in this tavern, from one cult or another.
Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye.
That sounds intriguing. Surely you don't have to do anything bad for it. This sounds very interesting, but what do you mean by one way?
Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed. There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way.
So who exactly is this conduit?
She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined.
The cult leader. If you remember in the beginning, when we saw those hooded figures coming out from the underground cave, I guess, they referenced the woman in red with the white hair as Madame Conduit. So I guess it's her.
She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess.
Anything you care to share about yourself?
What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, to read this forbidden book, let's just distract him. Oh, interesting. What are you, some kind of wandering butler? You can tell your boss I've no dealings with a go-between. How friendly. You're the sidekick. Letting him Slanish vibes. Yeah. Okay, I think now we can read the book.
Hey! Stop that!
Ah, I didn't hide. Wait. Let's try once more. Read. Tales of the Seven Gods, Volume 1. It's actually exactly the same text from Divinity Original Sin 2. Oh, well, the other way around, because this game was first. The Seven Gods were so young when they decided that each of them should have their own race to guide through the eternal flow of time. And thus it happened that Radek, the most powerful of all gods, became the patron of the humans. The worthy Duna created the dwarves in his own likeness, and even lived alongside them in the mountainous caverns. Tersendilius, the poet, went into the woods and created the elves. He blessed them with near immortality and wisdom. The reptile goddess Solsticia wished to command a proud warrior race, and thus she created the lizard people, fierce fighters from the wastelands. The god Rogier, renowned for his brutality and violence, created the orcs and enslaved them for more than 300 years before he left Rivellon. Nice move. Xantheza, the goddess of mirth and laughter, wanted an intelligent race, versed in the arts of magic around her. She created the imps, who were talented magicians and engineers. The goddess Amadia was an outsider, preferring to live in complete solitude. As the centuries passed, the six races spread over the continent. One day, Amadia's dalliance with a wizard resulted in the birth of several demigods. She granted her lover immortality and decided that she would act the patron and mother of wizards. Although wizards are not considered as a separate race, they had their own goddess to whom they paid tribute. Completely understandable that he doesn't want us to read that. All the secrets. Okay, we can go up, we can go down. Ah, let's look at the crime scene. It's not red, so...
Stop right there. Until you've received the captain's permission to enter, this door doesn't exist. Got it?
But I see it. If the door doesn't exist, couldn't I just walk into the room? Okay. Let's just go up here. Anything interesting here? I'm missing my rogue. Sheriff? Who are you?
Greetings, greetings! Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace.
So I take it you're a traveling merchant?
That I am. I have spent more of my life on the road traveling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't. For you and for me, because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares.
What do you got? Ah, scoundrel and witchcraft. And lots of lockpicks and trap disarm toolkits. Surely a very trustworthy person selling that stuff. Ah, you can even discuss her wares. So about your wares, they seem to be of a particular field of use.
You have seen them, have you not? Is anything amiss?
There are quite a few items related to witchcraft. Do you have an affinity to the dark arts?
A penchant, perhaps, yes. I have the blood of sorcerers in my veins, and between you and me, the blood of sorcerers too. The power of sorcery is so very alluring, you know. But let us change topics, for should hunters catch a whiff of my inclinations, they wouldn't hesitate to kill me where I stand.
Yeah, you just told that to 3 Sourc Hunters. I think Scarlett would definitely be unforgiving.
You should be more careful, madam. I am a hunter, but as luck would have it, I'm not a zealot.
You'd be derelict in your duties? Sorcery is like an incurable disease. If it's in her blood, all we can do is put her down.
The wares she sells are rare.
Zero
Can we really
reason.
afford to lose a trader like her?
One death may stop many deaths down the line. You know that.
And now just imagine you meet Sourc Hunters, you're afraid for your life, and they start playing rock, paper, scissors if they kill you or not. Let's see. Can't we speed it up somehow? I know that there is on Steam a mod for it to always just like immediately play out all games, so you have the result in an instant. But unfortunately, it's not working with the current version. All right, not gonna kill her.
No, we'll do as I say and there's an end to it.
God have mercy. I talked openly about sorcery in front of a Sourc Hunter. What a fool I am. Thank you, oh compassionate soul that you are, to treat me so leniently. I never have and never will really dabble in sorcery. On that you have my word. On my life, I swear it.
Alright. Yeah. She also has one bodyguard. Stealing more portraits. How didn't he see it? Yeah, I think besides for the rest we have to come back with our rogue companion once we get him. Dip, dip, dip. Yeah, that's also closed. All right.